Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to everyone joining in. We're about to kick off. We hope everyone is safe, healthy, comfortable wherever they are. This is the very first TCS Sustainathon on Indian soil in the lovely city of Pune in the state of Maharashtra. I'm Kritika Saxena and I have the corporate communications and public affairs for Tata Consultancy Services. My co-host for today and this session is going to be Bridge Katuria from our Analytics and Insights marketing team. Hi, Bridge.
Hi everyone, looking forward to an exciting and awesome event.
Thanks, Bridge. Of course, we are going to be taking you through a very, very interesting sustainathon. But first, let me welcome our esteemed jury members, our event sponsor, Deenanath Global Head of Analytics and Insights in TCS, representatives from our strategic partners, Pune International Center, Pune Knowledge Cluster, and IEEE Pune section, representatives from our challenges partners, that is Pune Municipal Corporation, Aadhar Poonawalla Clean City Initiative, and Swachh NGO, representatives from MCCIA, members of the steering committee, members of the technical committee, and members of the organizing committee, leaders from TCS's distinguished guests, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very warm welcome to the very first TCS Sustainathon on an Ideathon challenge that aims to inspire young minds to leverage technology to address sustainability challenges that present all around us. I would like to specially bring in and acknowledge the presence of our jury members, Vandana Chavan, Member of Parliament, Government of India, Dr. Nitin Karmalkar, Vice Chancellor of Savitribai Phule Pune University, Rajshri R, Chief Marketing Officer of Tata Consultancy Services, and K. Anand Krishnan, the CTO of Tata Consultancy Services. Now, this inaugural Indian edition of TCS Sustainathon Pune Student Edition focuses on combating waste management problems. This event would not have been possible without the support of our Singapore team who ran the very first TCS Sustainathon in the year 2020, the Digital Garage team from Singapore, and of course TCS Ion team who enabled the platform for this website. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to our strategic partners from Pune Knowledge Cluster, Pune International Center, and IEEE Pune section. And another round of applause for our challenge partners as well, Pune Mahanagarpalika, Aadhar Poonawalla Clean City Initiative, and the Swachh NGO. The challenge partners, of course, provided us the waste challenges and will be leveraging the solution that will come out of TCS Sustainathon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just as a quick recap on the challenges and the challenge statements for the undergraduate and postgraduate students, I want to bring in all the areas. So the first challenge and challenge statement is the zero waste community. So for this challenge, the statement is how to create a zero or minimal waste generating home, locality, or housing society. The second is the waste to wealth. For waste to wealth, the challenge statement is what could be the avenues of generating wealth from waste. And third, the empower the waste handlers. So that is the challenge. The challenge statement for empower the waste handlers is how to support or enable the waste handling function. Now, the challenge as well as challenge statement for the schools is as follows: my waste, my responsibility. That is the challenge. The challenge statement for my waste and my responsibility is to create a poster to represent your idea on how to spread awareness on waste management specifically. Now we had more than 3,300 registrations culminating into 370 submissions. These 370 submissions went through multiple rounds of evaluations. The evaluator certainly had a tough job given the quantity and quality of the submissions that we have been getting. So in round one, 178 teams qualified for the next round. In round two, we had 40 teams qualifying for the semi-final round. And in the semi-final round, we had 10 teams that qualified for the finale. These 10 teams did their presentation to the jury today morning, and we are, of course, eagerly awaiting the results to be declared by the esteemed jury. The challenge was open to students from schools, undergraduate, as well as postgraduate. Now, the judging criteria covered several areas, and I want to walk our audience through them one by one. There is innovation and creativity, impact and relevance, feasibility and sustainability, depth of solution, technology, and finally the presentation styles that were presented by all the students. It was even a tougher challenge for the jury today since the 10 teams made it to the finale after clearing all the initial 3 rounds of critical evaluation. Our jury members were supported by representatives from our technical committee responsible for evaluation of ideas and posters till the semi-finals, which was coordinated by R.D. Nayak, who of course leads the research in smart transformation and is head of TRDDC. Let me now introduce the man behind TCS Sustainathon Pune, Deenanath VP and Global Head of Analytics and Insights at TCS. I want to spend a second to just talk about Deena as well. In his current role, Deena guides some of the world's best companies in their journey to unlock the potential of their data through the power of analytics and artificial intelligence to uncover new business opportunities, drive business growth, and increase revenue streams. He has been recognized as one of the top 100 influential global data leaders and data visionaries. He features in the top 150 AI and analytics leaders and influencers by 3AI, AI and Analytics Association. He advocates data centricity as a strategic lever for business growth and transformation. That's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to introducing Deena. But sustainability and Sustainathon Pune is something that is very, very special to Deena. And without further ado, I want to toss it across to him for the welcome address. Deena, over to you.
Thank you, Kritika. It is with deep satisfaction and great excitement that I'm welcoming you all to this grand finale of TCS Sustainathon Pune. Let me begin with welcoming our esteemed jury members, Mrs. Vandana Tai Chavan, Member of Parliament, Dr. Nitin Karmalkar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of SPPU, Mr. Anand Krishnan, Chief Technology Officer of TCS, and Ms. Rajashri R, Chief Marketing Officer of TCS to this event. All of them have extremely busy schedules, and it is their passion for sustainability and love for the students due to which they have spared their valuable time for this event. I would like to thank them for being here to encourage the students and the entire team of TCS Sustainathon. TCS Sustainathon is an initiative to inspire and empower young minds to solve real-world environment problems. We did the soft launch in June, and it has been a phenomenal journey for the past 4 months, culminating in this grand finale. The event was formally launched on 75th Independence Day by Padma Vibhushan Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar. Since then, there has been not any looking back. We were able to come up with very relevant and interesting challenges for the contest with the help of and guidance of our strategic partners and challenge partners. We were very fortunate to have strategic partners such as Pune International Center, Pune Knowledge Cluster, and IEEE Pune section, and the challenge partners including Pune Municipal Corporation, the APCCI, and Swachh NGO. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the partners for their valuable support. We had put together a very strong governance and implementation mechanism consisting of the steering committee for oversight, a technical committee for evaluation, and an organizing committee to drive the implementation of this initiative. Post the launch, we have ensured a constant presence on social media. In the process, we were able to create some very useful content for the consumption of the students. We were able to capture interviews and bites from some very eminent personalities such as Honorable Mayor Mr. Muralidhar Mohol, Additional Commissioner of PMC Mr. Kunal Kemnar, Education Commissioner Mr. Vishal Solanki, Mr. Harish Bhatt, Brand Custodian of Tata Sons, Dr. Vidya Yerwadekar, Pro Chancellor Symbiosis, Dr. Pramod Moghe, an eminent scientist, environmentalist Dr. Dilip Kulkarni, and representatives of our challenge partners. I may not be able to mention all the names in the interest of time. I also had the privilege to meet Honorable Environment Minister Mr. Aditya Thackeray. He took keen interest in understanding the TCS Sustainathon initiative and lauded our efforts in supporting the carbon neutrality agenda of Pune City. We also received words of appreciation from Mr. Ratan Tata and Chairman of Tata Group N. Chandrasekharan. PMC recognized TCS's contribution to their waste management efforts on 2nd of October at the Azadi Kam Amrit Mahotsav event. We got an excellent response. More than 3,300 students registered for the contest, which finally culminated into 370 teams that submitted their ideas and posters. It was not just about the number of ideas, but also the quality of ideas that impressed us the lot. These ideas went through multiple rounds of evaluation by an external competent technical committee consisting of domain and technology experts. Around 40 teams made it to the semi-finals and went through an interactive evaluation process. The breadth and depth of these ideas were quite amazing. The quality of the ideas and the posters made it quite challenging for the evaluators to narrow down on 10 teams which made it to the finale. I wish to congratulate all the 10 teams for their performance and hard work which brought them to this stage. We now eagerly are looking forward to knowing about the eventual winners and runners up to be declared by the esteemed jury. I wish to add here that the Sustainathon journey is not going to end here. It is just the beginning of the journey, and we plan to work very relentlessly towards the zero emission target of Pune city by 2030. And we have to set that goal to be achieved at the earliest. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dina, for that lovely welcome address. Now, we had put together various committees, such as the Steering Committee for Oversight, a Technical Committee for Evaluation of Ideas and Posters, and an Organizing Committee to drive the overall implementation of this very initiative. We would now want to play a short video to briefly introduce the members of these three important committees. And we have one more video. We want to show you a short video which will give you a flavor of our interactions with thought leaders and implementation leaders regarding TCS Sustainathon in Pune over the last 3 months. Now, these videos were anchored by Shirish Kulkarni, who has been representing the Hatke platform from Strota Consultech as a media partner to TCS Sustainathon. Shirish is an enthusiastic Puneite, a former TCS employee, and had also worked with other Tata companies like Telco, Tata Motors, Tata Technologies, Tata Consulting Engineers, and is now driving his very own consulting venture, Strota Consultech, focused on growth of small and medium businesses. Full videos can be seen on the IEEE Pune section YouTube channel. We would like to show you a glimpse right now.
We had a very good initiative which was going on in our Singapore setup, which was done along with the government of Singapore. And it was very successfully done about a year back. And we felt it was good for Pune to take the lead and replicate it. And that's how the Sustainathon came about as an initiative. I very strongly believe that it is about the participation of the citizens of Pune in this effort, which is very important.
Dr. Mashelkar.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, I think TCS Sustainathon Pune 2021 is a great initiative coming from TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. In fact, TCS to me stands for Total Commitment to Society, TCS.
TCS स्वतः याच्यामध्ये आपण इनिशिएटिव्ह घेऊन हे सगळं काम करताय त्याबद्दल मी कंपनीचा शहराच्या वतीनं शहराचा प्रथम नागरिक म्हणून मनापासून खरं तर धन्यवाद सुद्धा या ठिकाणी देईल. याच्यामध्ये खूप काही गोष्टी करता येण्यासारख्या आहेत. केवळ प्रशासकीय महापालिका यंत्रणा म्हणून आम्हाला आमचं तर कर्तव्य आहे. पण जेव्हा समाजामध्ये TCS सारखे मंडळी आपण याच्यामध्ये एक समाजाप्रती असलेलं आपलं कर्तव्य या भावनेतून आपण याच्यामध्ये आता सहभागी होता आणि आम्हाला या सगळ्या व्यवस्थेला जो हातभार आता आपण लावताय, मला असं वाटतं मी आपल्या प्रती निश्चित या ठिकाणी कृतज्ञता भाव व्यक्त करतो.
I'm really excited about TCS Sustainathon event. Solid waste management is a need of the hour and burning issue of any municipal corporation, and Pune being largest municipal corporation by its geographical area in Maharashtra.
I'm very happy to hear about this launch of Sustainathon by Honorable Raghunath Mashelkar sir on 75th Independence Day of this country. Congratulate TCS for this initiative and appeal to the student community, teachers community, parents, school management committees, and all stakeholders to actively participate in this Sustainathon to ensure our sustainable development goals for the country and the planet, and ensure that all of us create a better tomorrow.
Actually, Suresh, when I heard about this TCS Sustainathon, I'm excited. So if any one idea, if at all comes from this Sustainathon, it will be a great pleasure for me to hear that and to see that it gets implemented.
Look at this kind of initiatives.
It's a very good initiative, I would say. And in fact, if youth are charged with these type of thoughts and concepts, I think they will bring it into practice. They will ponder over it, and I think bring it into practice that how in my own life I can do that. And again, as a citizen, how I can do that where I'm staying, and how I can help the whole nation and the world to go to a right direction.
ते रिसायकल आमचा पहिला प्रिन्सिपल असं आहे पर्यावरणाचं, रिकव्हर, रियूज आणि रिसायकल. कप चहाचं प्रदूषण तुम्हाला माहिती आहे का काय आहे? आता एक कप चहाला काय लागते सर? पहिल्यांदा तुम्हाला चहा पत्ती लागणार, बरोबर आहे?
बरोबर आहे. साखर लागणार, पाणी लागणार, गॅस लागणार,
गॅस लागणार, त्याची भांडी लागणार वगैरे,
बरोबर.
आता तुम्ही ह्याच्यात किती पोल्युशन निर्माण करताय हे सांगतो. इतका धक्का बसेल मला.
So thank you very much, Shirish, for inviting me to speak today. And I was very excited when Deenanath actually called me and sent me a WhatsApp message asking me to be on the steering committee of the TCS Sustainathon. And when I realized that the subject is on waste management, which is very close to my heart, I will be more than happy if any kind of opportunities provided to this incubator, where we'll be more than happy to incubate some of these startups that come out of these wonderful ideas. So I wish this TCS Sustainathon a great success.
No, I think Tata Consultancy Services has put a right step ahead in this direction of enabling awareness, building up ideas, and supporting the execution, particularly in the space of waste management. I'm sure this will be an example to many, many other companies, including Tata companies, to follow this model and success story. TCS Sustainathon is a brilliant initiative. It is going to create large awareness, engagement, and lasting change. My best wishes are with TCS and all your collaborative teams like the Pune Knowledge Cluster, the Pune International Cluster, and IEEE, who have created such a strong strategic buy-in for this initiative. And of course, the Pune Municipal Corporation, Swachh, the Aadhar Poonawalla Clean City Initiative, all of which are part of the execution body. These ecosystem partners are so essential to take this message far and wide.
So Pune is a great city with a great precedent. And I think if we all come together and galvanize ourselves into action, Pune can become an exemplar city for the rest of the country. So once again, I'm very excited to be sort of involved in this great endeavor of TCS Sustainathon Pune 2020.
Always great to listen to some of the most eminent personalities in this industry. Now, we have the poster presentation of the finalist teams of school students today morning. In the interest of time, of course, we may not be able to show you the complete presentations, but we want to take you through some excerpts of these presentations. Take a look.
Greetings to one and all present here. My name is Dikshita Pusarla, and I am studying in the Lexicon School, Harapsa, and I am from the team The Evergreens.
My name is Mansi Tetan Shinde. I'm studying in the Lexicon School Hadapsar and I'm from the team Evergreens.
Now, we would like to offer our waste management poster in which we would like to convey our thoughts on highlighting the significance of not generating garbage.
Make a big impact by making small impacts. That's what our second idea says. It is based on the premise of not creating cardboard, which eliminates the need for waste management. It proposes that instead of a toothpaste box with the cardboard box, we should have a toothpaste tube with a government stamp on it for its originality, which will ultimately reduce the waste.
Your better choices are everyone's better world, which suggests our next idea. The main philosophy behind the suggestion is we should cut down the usage of tissue paper and bring into the place of usage of handkerchiefs. Tissue papers are made by deforestation, which will ultimately result in soil erosion and diseases. So handkerchief is the best solution to eliminate these problems.
The earth is a fine place and worth fighting for it. It's what a third idea says. It says that avoid using paper cups for drinking and eating purposes and use a watermelon shell bowl and a coconut shell bowl because paper cups are difficult to dispose of and secondly it has a coating of paravax that can cause digestive problems. So it is harmful for both environment as well as health.
When you refuse to reuse, it's the earth you abuse, which exactly describes our last idea. As you can see, we use cardboard boxes, paper cups, jute of the coconut, cloths, and tissue papers as our basic material for making the poster. Likewise, we suggest you not to throw cardboard in trash. Instead, utilize it in the garden for mulching and weeding. As you all know, recycling turns things which is like magic. Now let's move on to some questions related to our topic, waste management. The first question is, why is the problem or challenge important for you? Reducing the quantity of waste leads to saving landfill space. The next question is, how big is the challenge or problem to you? Water pollution and air pollution can be caused when waste gets mixed with the groundwater.
Let's move on the impact. First question was what differentiates your idea? This can be taken up by common people on everyday basis. It is a practical solution. Our second question was what is the impact or key result that you are expecting with the implementation of your solution? Firstly, we hope that it will reduce the trash production and secondly, it will reduce the health issues and negative consequences of groundwater pollution. We are really grateful for the opportunity to share our thoughts to you all. And with that, we have come to the end of our presentation. We would like to thank to all our judges, dignitaries, and friends for your time and attention today. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Hello everyone, I'm Sucheta Rampuri and I'm from Team Rain STS.
I'm Kyle, I'm from Team Rain STS.
I'm Saina Joshi and I'm from Team Rain STS.
Have you enjoyed going to picnics to admire nature's beauty? I'm sure you all must have. Do you think that the next generations will enjoy this beauty? It is all in our hands. A very good morning to respected judges and everyone present here. Today we are going to present our views on the topic My Waste, My Responsibility.
Hi, this is us again. We study in SB Patel Public School. We are environment nurturers. We are passionate about helping and improving the condition of the environment by spreading awareness about the situation. The waste is increasing, technology is growing, and we need to start being responsible and clean up after ourselves so that otherwise the waste can cause us a lot of harm. We want to make a change in this world by our poster and by our message.
As the topic suggests, my waste, my responsibility. Our poster is about. Uh, uh, the poster is based on the topic my waste, my responsibility, which means it is our responsibility to manage the waste we create.
Erase the waste means keeping our surroundings clean.
We have 8 hours. We have to think before buying an item or on how to use them. Plastic can be reshaped in recycling companies and can be used to make different objects. We can renovate and redecorate things instead of buying new ones. Plastics can be repurposed and used as planters. Electronics and various other machines can be repaired and used for a longer period of time. We need to use reusable items in order to decrease the waste. We need to reduce the waste we make as much as possible. We need to refuse the use of plastic and other elements that are harmful for our environment.
We should perform segregation of waste at source, which means we should use different bins for different types of waste to ensure that they are recycled properly. As the image shows, the dustbin is cleaning its surroundings on its own. In the same way, we should not wait for others to clean up. This should start from us.
Save water, stop pollution, plant trees. These are all small steps we can take to contribute to make our earth a better place to live in. Go green, use reusable items, use kitchen composter, say no to plastic, use wooden cutlery, and go zero waste. These are some more ways in which we can create an impact and contribute towards waste management. Impact that we expect after implementation of our solution. We want people to practice segregation of waste at source, our message of 8 hours, and share and forward our message.
We are humans who have mind to think, hands to work, legs to walk, and a voice to be heard. We can reduce the waste, we can recycle it all, we can do everything possible. Thank you.
Hello all, we are the members of the Change team. I am Shanjam Panerkar.
I am Niharika Desai.
I am Shreyas Datar. And we are all 8th graders from New India School. Our topic is e-commerce packaging, a new age concern. This is our poster to spread social awareness. We came up with this idea during the lockdown when Niharika's father ordered a small light fixture which was delivered with excess packaging. We then thought that packaging should be reduced. According to a small community survey and internet study, around 90% of this packaging is a waste. Also, online ordering has increased at a rate of 40%, leading to packaging waste, which is a big burden on the current waste management system.
The waste management system follows 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Our philosophy is to reduce at source. We have used Gandhiji's 3 wise monkeys to spread social awareness, which a common man can easily relate to. The first monkey says, don't look for new box, reuse is the best. We have proposed a reuse cycle model, which states that consumer A orders, the packaging is returned, consumer B orders and opts for reuse packaging, new order is delivered in reuse package.
The second monkey says, excess packaging is noise, optimum packaging is music to our ears. Consumer orders multiple things at a time and opts for receiving them together. This clubbing of orders will lead to optimized packaging.
The third monkey says, don't task individually, team up. A fantastic idea like carpooling is goods pooling, where multiple customers from the same neighborhood get common delivery. We can also opt for put in my bag option, where the vendor delivers in reusable delivery containers. If consumer says no to packaging, half the battle is won. To conclude, these are two-way solutions in which the consumer is benefited by loyalty points and vendor is benefited with reduced logistic cost. Government can encourage these efforts by giving subsidies and tax benefits. Implementing of these practical solutions will give sustainable impacts on economy, city governance, and environment. Alignment of public and private sectors in a united effort will help in achieving a greener and better tomorrow. We would like to thank the organizers for helping us think and present our idea.
Thank you.
A very good morning from Team Prosperity. This is Nisha Raj of Class 9, Hutchings High School.
And this is Rujun Mohite of Class 9, Hutchings High School.
We aspire for holistic prosperity for all, for a healthy, happy, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Incentive gets you going and inspiration keeps you growing. Our solution provides the incentive and the inspiration, the tools and the trigger for making optimum waste utilization a pan-India habit. Our poster titled Trash and Cash has a clear message that your trash will fetch you cash.
One is free to choose, but not free from the consequence of the choice. So let's choose wisely. Ours is a flourishing democracy. We believe in self-discipline and self-regulation rather than enforced measures. Our poster depicts the choice between perishing with irresponsible waste handling and flourishing with responsible waste management. On the adversity side, waste is handed out generations with accumulated amount waste that obscures nature's blessings. On the prosperity side, prosperity is gifted down generations, a healthy tree reflecting the spirit of reduce, reuse, recycle, renew, respect, hosting a swing for the children and the amazing view of Mount Everest for enjoying quality life. The Indian tricolor is visible in the nature on the prosperity side.
Eco-banks are depots which will buy segregated dry trash from citizens and sell to specialized recyclers. Eco-banks, municipal vehicles, and a pan-India uniform color code system for waste are the tools for self-regulation. Incentives and capping are the triggers. For non-hazardous dry waste categories of plastic, paper, glass, cloth, metal, e-waste, citizens, including waste pickers and unemployed, bring segregated waste as per own convenience to eco-banks and receive cash credit for it. Initially, a few pilot eco-banks at citizen service centers, schools, post offices by public-private partnerships. For wet and hazardous waste, including medical, chemical, sanitary, free daily door-to-door collection, one hazardous bin instead of the present dry waste, and one wet bin, more collection on payment.
Our solution of incentivizing and capping will stimulate mass movement by choice and not by force, trigger responsible waste handling habit from childhood, change mindset from throw waste to encash trash.
Well begun is half done. Our idea effectively addresses the very first stage of waste handling. Easy deposition and purchase of specific category of dry waste via eco-banks. Suitable for all types of localities, organized as well as slums. Easily upgradable to high-tech eco-banks, easy to pilot test, tune and scale, easy to monitor, inspect and control.
Reduced daily collection of capped waste, deposition of pre-segregated dry waste in eco-banks for optimum recycling, impetus to the recycling industry in financially self-sustaining eco-banks.
Let's not throw waste and wine. Let's encash trash and shine. Let's make our India divine. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Well, I now want to spend some time in introducing and felicitating our honorable jury members. Let's start with Dr. Nitin Karmalkar. He is currently the Vice Chancellor of SPPU. Under his leadership, the university has made significant progress in terms of advancing its national and international rankings. He has done his doctorate in environmental sciences and has worked as a teacher, researcher, academic administrator in a career spanning a whopping 28 years. He serves on various important committees of the government of Maharashtra and India in the field of education. We also have Vandana Chavan. She is an advocate by profession. She was elected thrice as councillor to the Pune Municipal Corporation from 1992 to 2007 and was mayor of the city of Pune in the year 1997-98. She was elected to the Maharashtra Legislative Council in March 2010 and is presently the Member of Parliament of India, elected second time to the Rajya Sabha since March 2012. She has spearheaded several initiatives in the city of Pune targeting citizens' participation, empowerment of women, and sustainable developments. We also have Anand Krishnan, the CTO of TCS. He directs research, innovation, and co-innovation in the company. Under his leadership, TCS has created significant range of new products and services with a wide IP portfolio. Anand has architected an agile model for innovation at scale across the entire organization. He has been a member of the TCS corporate leadership since 1999 and has led several strategic initiatives. He has served on several governing councils of academia, industry advisory boards, and government, as well as alumni committees. And finally, we also have Rajshri R, the Chief Marketing Officer of TCS. Before starting in this role on Feb 1st, 2020, she led the retail practice at TCS for almost 15 years, engaging with leading global retailers, driving their transformation and innovation programs. Under Rajshri's leadership, TCS brand value has grown by $1.4 billion over the prior year in 2012 and was ranked among the top 3 most valuable brands in the IT services sector globally, according to the Brand Finance 2021 report. She is passionate about the art of storytelling and is a proud custodian of the global TCS brand. Well, without further ado, I now want to bring in Anand Krishnan, the CTO of TCS, for his address. Anand, over to you.
My personal welcome to all the dignitaries gracing this finals of the TCS Sustainathon in Pune, all the participants, and indeed the world at large. It was such an exciting experience to judge the entries from various teams on the broad theme of sustainability and the waste theme that this particular event has focused on. But I thought I'll share some of my broader views on the importance of sustainability and what is it that TCS is trying to do with events such as this. In a broad way, the United Nations SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, have defined the nature of the challenge that the world at large faces. We are living in a century, in a millennium, which is going to be a constant battle between the needs of humanity and the ability of the planet to support those needs of humanity. If we look at the variety of challenges that we are going to face in the next decade, in the next half century, and indeed the centuries to follow, many of those will require us to invent newer capabilities and newer technologies on one side, but also to bring in all of us, all the stakeholders, indeed all of humanity, to face this challenge together and overcome it. This is the twin goal of events such as this. Build a culture of awareness, especially in the younger generation. Bring that element of technology to solving problems with a systematic engineering and scientific mindset, and to celebrate the successes and to take those successes to scale. If we are able to achieve these three goals, I think we have done more than what we can. While TCS has articulated a very broad set of goals towards net zero, we also are working on the technology from the research and innovation perspective and the business perspective, and most importantly, engaging with our ecosystem to build that awareness, build the culture, and build that togetherness to make a dent on the challenges that we face. The Sustainathon series kicked off in Singapore last year, and I was privileged to be on that jury as well. The president of Singapore gave us a clarion call that only if we come together will we be able to solve these issues that beset all of humanity. I'm very pleased that the India leg of the TCS Sustainathon has kicked off in Pune, and what a wonderful set of stakeholders have come together to make this a reality. This event will be followed by similar awareness events in other parts of the world, notably in Europe and in the United Kingdom. Best wishes to all the participants, my personal thanks to all the partners and jury members, and let's hope that we can change the planet together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Anand, for that very insightful and inspiring address. And now I want to bring in Rajshri R., the Chief Marketing Officer of TCS, for her address. Rajshri, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I'm delighted to join all of you today for the TCS Sustainathon Pune edition. We've spent a wonderful morning today going over some fascinating entries for the TCS Sustainathon event. Sustainability is a very important theme in today's world. As we come out of the pandemic really has given us all an opportunity to look at our world, look at what we have done to the world, and really reimagine our future as we go forward. So as we think about our world in the future, as we think about what lies for our kids and for their kids, we all know that Earth is an extremely critical resource for us, and we have to collectively do everything we can to preserve this beautiful planet that we all work and live in. And of course, creating a sustainable living for the future is going to be very, very important to countries, to organizations like TCS, and for individuals like me. So I'm really happy to be with all of you today, and I would like to congratulate all the organizers and all the supporters who have participated in the event. And I would also like to congratulate all the contest participants, all the kids, all the students who have participated. So congratulations to all of you. As we talk about this topic, at the core of what TCS does, the purpose of creating a better future with innovation and collective knowledge is fundamental to who we are as an organization. As we know, the history of our organization has always been rooted in the fact that technology plays a very, very important role in creating the future that we all want. And what better use of technology than a topic like sustainability, and more importantly, a topic like waste. We all know that as we have all been locked up in our houses for last 18-20 months, there has been an exponential increase of waste in the cities that we live because of the way we have operated. And managing this waste is going to be really important for the future. So we've listened to some fantastic ideas, suggestions, and posters today, and I'm very hopeful that many of these would get implemented, and it will also create a moment where there is a general focus on using technology for sustainability and technology for waste management, right? So this is absolutely a very, very important topic. We've been talking about Swachh Bharat as an initiative. It's something I am very passionate about because especially when you travel abroad and when you come back to India and take that first car ride from the airport to your home, it always strikes me as to how dirty some of our cities are. And I always look back and think, I wish our cities were more cleaner. I wish we managed waste better. I wish our cities were more sustainable. And as somebody who travels pretty frequently, we always wish we could do something about it. We wish the environment that we were living in is more cleaner. And therefore, initiatives like this are extremely crucial for making our cities and towns and villages cleaner. And of course, as we mentioned, creating a sustainable future for ourselves and more importantly, for the generations to come. So I think I spent a wonderful 3 hours today, and I would again like to end by congratulating all the participants, all the organizers, and all of you who are watching this event today. For taking part in it, and look forward to working with all of you and hopefully see some of these ideas come to fruition. So thank you very much. Let's make our cities and our country cleaner. Thank you.
Thanks, Rajshri. Some very important ideas with respect to the importance of sustainability and what we can do as a community. But I also want to go to the next area. We had some very innovative ideas coming in. Many were presented by the undergraduate as well as the postgraduate finalists teams today morning. In the interest of time, again, we may not be able to show you the complete presentation, but let us take a look at some of the excerpts from their presentations.
Team EcoPack presents to you the innovative and resourceful concept of our proposition Void, an idea and a vision for a self-sustaining waste management system to create a much-needed space and room for our ecosystem is what fuels this proposition. We deduced our challenge and problem statement in a three-way segment. First, to understand the issue we aim to address, that being improper segregation at the source, inefficiency of the waste collection system, and the lack of target audience for upcycle manufacturers. We choose to address this to inhibit environmental awareness, generate revenue on a product particular platform to boost economy and demand. And finally, who would fall into our impact chain? Individual households, waste collection agencies, and rag pickers, recycling agencies, and upcycle manufacturers. Our study comprised of mainly three domains. That means collecting data and reaching out to waste segregators and collectors.
Lifestyle, we offer them credit points from which they can redeem discounts on the products. Apart from the subscribers, the general public can also buy these products as well as donate their waste through the app. To wind up the presentation, I will just answer a very simple yet important question. Why choose Void? Void is a simple solution to an everyday problem. It is a coexisting ecosystem for waste disposers, collectors, upcyclers, and end consumers in an eco-friendly trade-off. It is a system where the waste disposers hold a stake in the entire process and are held accountable for the waste that they generate. A system where the upcyclers are given a platform to reach a large audience, to sell their products, and to get raw materials in large recycled bulks through minimal efforts. A system that, when executed successfully with adequate resources, can conserve the waste of Pune city up to 10% in the next 10 years. Lastly, it is a system that looks at waste not as a liability to get rid of, but as an asset, a resource that has the potential to become a useful product. Thank you.
Here we are presenting waste to wealth from diffuse vehicular cum electrical bulbs, and our tagline is diffuse bulb can lighten the path of sustainability. The problem statement: according to Pune RTO, there is a 38.88 lakhs registered vehicles in Pune by March 2019, and this we know that the bulb, every vehicle has at least 6 bulbs, and we have to replace it by the year or a few years. By that calculation, every year lots of bulbs are comes in environment as a waste, because there is no separate collection and disposal system for the vehicular bulbs. Why vehicular bulbs are so dangerous to us? Because it contains the mercury and lead in it, and the existing methods like incineration and landfilling are its own drawbacks for processing of these bulbs. Our initial research: we visited over 400 garages, 40 garages and service center within the Parvati region, and we found that there is no separate collection facility for the vehicular bulbs. The most of the garages are dump these bulbs into the solid waste. There is an impact. There is a 3 types of impact: social impact, environmental impact, and economical impact. The social impact is protect the waste workers from hazard like mercury poisoning and injuries due to the broken glass. And also we can create the job opportunities like in the recycling sectors. There is an environmental impact, like we are protecting the soil and water and air also. We can protect the air by incineration. By reducing the incineration process, we are protecting the water by reducing the dumping of the bulbs into the open streams, and we also add here economic impact, like create new revenue streams for the waste pickers and garage owners, and recycle material lower the cost of the production, so we can add the new components in it. Here is our intellectual property right and published papers. There is a paper we have published on the topic of mercury extraction from vehicular bulbs and other CFL bulbs. Thank you.
And in very simple words, our tagline is to design and simplify and incentivize sustainable e-waste disposal in urban Indian households. The design process is divided into 5 steps and will briefly take you through each of them. Establishing the background and need of the study, these 5 points, mainly rapid technological advancements generating huge amount of e-waste, most of which is personal devices and almost completely handled by unregulated markets, the lack of awareness, and moreover the current pandemic increasing device usage, some of the challenges we face as a country regarding e-waste.
So then to get the better insights of our challenge, we worked on 7 different methods in progress to achieve a certain better understanding of our audience problems and its interpretation, along with the narrowing it to the target group.
Yes, starting with value proposition, the e-waste kiosk provides an easy way to get rid of unwanted e-waste that is accumulated at your household, connecting collectors with generators and rewards with each deposit. Being an elaborated system, we decided to note down how it will make money and where it will be spent in cost structure and revenue streams respectively.
To conclude, we wanted to make sure that entire neighborhoods actively participate, which will encourage healthy practices, and we achieve that by incentivizing users and showing them the impact they've made on the environment. According to SDG Index 2021, our system comes under the 5 points we've listed below. Decentralizing the process would speed it up and make it more accessible to users. Our model is highly iterative, and we aim at overcoming our limitations whenever they come to our notice. One aspect we hadn't considered was the impact social media has on us. Before we end, we'd like to say that e-waste is a resource, and we aim at using it in the best possible way. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. What if I told you that you could start earning from the waste that you throw, or by using your washroom for at least 5 minutes? Excited? Then let's get started. we all have a dream that can come true when the landfills that could be converted into vegetable gardens, when contaminated stagnant waters and filthy places could be changed to picnic spots, when mocktails and poisonous veggies could be converted into organic fruits, when hospitals could be converted into playing grounds. And let's say no to fossil fuel and yes to the SFF initiative. This is what our dream is about. In spite of consuming fruits and vegetables, today's generation kids are having a lot of health issues having organic fruits and vegetables. But people might still be skeptical about this initiative. So we would be having workshops in order to make them understand the importance of this initiative and why this initiative should be implemented. We will also be introducing a new concept called as the SFF score. This is similar to your CIBIL score. So higher the SFF score, then there's a high chance that you will be admitted in one of the premium schools and colleges in Pune. And also, if you are planning to invest in any properties in Pune city, then you would be getting it at a very discounted rate. But how exactly can I increase my SFF score? You can give us your waste and increase your SFF score, or you could start attending or help us arrange workshops in your vicinity, and in this way you could increase your SFF score. This is our idea from Financial Freedom. Thank you.
We are working on one of the domain provided, that is empower the waste handlers. Okay, so the main motive behind the empowerment of the waste handler is the predominant waste pickers who not only collect the garbage but often sifts through heaps of rubbish on this. The open dumping of the mixed household solid waste leads to the several health risks and loss of dignity, all because of unpleasant working conditions. And the causes are improper design and use of municipal garbage container, which often leads to the heaps of rubbish. Also, the lack of proper equipment for the door-to-door garbage collection. As the picture says it all, waste handlers still have to separate heaps and fill it up by using blankets, which introduce them to the harmful elements. We have conducted a survey which highlights the use of large container is suspended because the dumping mix and hazardous waste having foul smell, dirty look due to the openness of the container and the
image representation of both the containers. Now let's see the impact and feasibility of our proposed solution. So financially talking, the generated revenue will be used to reward waste generators, and it will also be used to give extra payment for the waste collectors. Technological wise, I will just say our systems are easy to manufacture and can be implemented and maintained. Talking about scalability, the door-to-door waste collection is easily executable in pet and slum areas, and the large containers can be used in large public places. Now, speaking about an important factor, sustainability. Due to reduced transportation and availability of decentralized processing plants, it leads to reduction in carbon footprints. Our solution will also affect people psychologically. That is, people will inculcate waste segregation habits, and eventually respect to waste handlers will be developed. So that's it. Thank you for listening.
So the problem which we are trying to solve is that 9,200 tons of plastic is generated per day in India, out of which 60% ends up in landfill and causing life-threatening diseases. FMCG packaging is the major contributor to this waste. To make this process sustainable, one has to make it reversible. So we propose to provide a reusable packaging and a reuse ecosystem to FMCGs. The customer will buy the product in a new reusable packaging and will pay a small deposit extra for it. After using the product, the customer will return the packaging and will get the deposit back. We will collect the empty containers from the retail collector and will ship it to the cleaning facility. Once they are ready to reuse, we will ship the containers back to the FMCG company. So let's see the economical feasibility of this model.
And provide convenience of use to the customers. Next is impact expected. It will eventually reduce the plastic pollution and will solve the problem of segregation, and it will also provide a blue collar employment opportunity. Major impact will be less plastic will end up in the land. So the challenges ahead. So there are 4 major challenges in implementing this idea, and they are: first, making people return the empty container. Second is developing the reverse supply chain for collecting the empty packaging. Third is convince people to pay more money initially. And the last is managing the operational cost. Next is timeline. So now this is the timeline that we have set for the next 1 year for actually implementing our idea in the market. The timeline will consist of a lot of research work, feedback from customers and packaging suppliers, incorporating the company, and then the cost estimation, and finally the pilot testing. So this was about our idea. Thank you.
Wow, ideas replete with a lot of potential for transformation. It would be tough for all our jury members to pick one out of these various ideas. But without further ado, I also want to bring in Vandana Chavan, the Member of Parliament, Government of India, for her remarks as well. Vandana Tai, over to you.
Hello and good afternoon. Honorable fellow jury members, all the partners and collaborators in this wonderful initiative, and of course, my young friends. At the outset, let me thank and congratulate TCS for having taken up such a brilliant initiative where you are addressing an issue which really hounds all of us. We talk about climate change, we talk about changing weather patterns, we talk about greenhouse gases and all the contributory factors. And certainly we realize that the garbage and the solid waste management is one of the key issues which has to be addressed. And I'm so happy that it is being addressed in today's Sustainathon here. With the brilliant presentations which our youngsters have done, youth from colleges, children from school, it really taught us a lot of things which even me as a elected representative can take back home and think of certain new initiatives which we have to take up with the municipal corporation and probably even to make policies and laws in that direction. I will not elaborate on those, but I asked some of the questions where I felt, why not a law in this respect? So even if the government doesn't come up with a certain law or policy, I would like to myself initiate some of them in that direction. Needless to say that climate change is challenging the very existence of humankind. All of us see that it rains when it shouldn't, it doesn't rain when it should, glaciers are melting, sea levels are rising, and all this has now been established that this is due to anthropogenic causes. This is because the lifestyle you and me lead. Of course, all these years we did not realize that this was the cause, but now it is absolutely crystal clear from the experts and from the scientists that it is only because of your and my lifestyle that the greenhouse gases are increasing and our planet is warming up. As Rajeshri ji rightly said, there is no other planet. There is no planet 2. You know, there is a city which is polluted, you can shift into another city. There's an area which is polluted, you can shift into another area. But unfortunately, as far as the planet goes, there is no planet 2. And therefore, you and me, all of us need to be responsible citizens, and not only responsible citizens. When we are sensitized about a certain issue, we need to take it out to others to make them sensitive about it. I'm so happy that TCS has taken this initiative today, that they have ignited young minds to think about what is sustainability and what are the different innovative ways that they can really think of. I'm sure the young are very, very conscious, very sensitive about all these issues. I mean, several times I see our young children, our young grandchildren coming and telling the parents or the grandparents that put off the tap if it's just flowing when you're brushing your teeth, or probably the men shaving, or even if the car is on at a signal, they say put off the engine. Youngsters have come forward to plant trees on their birthdays. And of course, even as far as the garbage goes, segregating garbage at source, it is absolutely important. And I'm very happy that this initiative is happening in Pune. I say that not only because I hail from Pune and have headed the city as the first citizen, the mayor of Pune, but I wish to tell all my young friends that Pune has been on the forefront when it has come to sustainability measures. We were the first city to have started the cleanliness drive way back in 1997 when I was the mayor that year. And it was fantastic to see that the administration was working on one side and there was a lot of people's participation. Now, this people's participation didn't come easily. We had to really push people to do it. I think that is lacking today. We need to, as all of us are concerned about this cause, we need to reach out to people. We need to sensitize them. We need to make them realize that each of us is contributory to the greenhouse gases, and we need to reduce it. Only and only if we all are involved in this can we really address the question. And I always say this, what do we elders do all our work for or our savings for? It's for our little children. We want them to get the best of education. We want them to have a good future, pursue their dreams. But if we can't give them a good, healthy environment, I think all this is of no use. And today we see that in the whole world, it is said that out of the 30 most polluted cities, 20 are in India. Now, this pollution, of course, comes from the vehicular pollution, the industrial pollution, but more so from the garbage also that we generate and which goes to the landfill sites. That's the methane gas which is emitted, which is even more hazardous than the carbon dioxide. And therefore, I think you have taken up absolutely a wonderful vertical of the environment and sustainability issue. And I'm so happy to see so many youngsters who are so charged and are thinking of innovations, thinking of technological solutions to all these issues. Friends, my young friends, I wish to tell you that let this not be an initiative only because TCS has taken a competition and a sustainathon. Let us make it a life mission. Whichever you may be a lawyer, you may become a doctor, you may be an IT professional, but let us not give up this mission that we have. If we have to sustain this world, if we have to make our planet green and healthy and keep it for our future generations. In fact, we are the ones who have leased it from our future generations. If we have to sustain it for them, we will have to do this right now. And therefore, I wish to just end by saying, if we do not do anything, we will be really, not be able to uh, not be able to forgive ourselves. And therefore, if it's not now, then when are we going to do it? And if it is not us, then who is going to do it? So each one of you, congratulations for the wonderful presentations that you all have made. Keep on doing this, and I'm sure you will be the green ambassadors for this planet. Thank you very much. Thank you for making me a part of this entire TCS Sustainathon, and I would love to be a part of this to make sure that all these youngsters are kept charged and kept doing the work that they have projected in their presentations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vandana. We all know your passion for community building and education. I want to now bring in Dr. Nitin Karmalkar, the Vice Chancellor of Savitribai Phule Pune University, for his remarks. Dr. Nitin, over to you.
Thank you. It's indeed a pleasure to be with you all since morning. It all began at 9 in the morning. Although there were some technical hitches from my end, so I could not see some of the early presentations as such. But it's been very wonderful. Being first of all a teacher and prior that being a student of the university and still a student, both of environment and geology. So obviously a topic which is very near and dear to me. As been pointed out by every one of you, especially Vandana ji, that this is the only living planet, and to make it livable, obviously, it is the paramount duty of every one of us to see to it that we are visiting this planet. We are not the owner of this particular planet, and we must pass it on to the next generation in a best manner as such. Because all when we speak about the Earth system, it is generally made up of 4 different spheres. It's lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and the biosphere. And anything that you do, if you disrupt the seamless integration among these 4 spheres, you will have to face the consequences. And that is what is presently been happening. What we are speaking about, the climate emergency or climate challenge as such, that actually has happened only because of the intervention or the kind of basically anthropogenic activities that we all have undertaken over centuries together as such. Of course, let me, being a researcher of environment geology, let's candidly admit this. We actually have not contributed much to this particular problem. In fact, presently also, it is about 3 to 4% of basically the contribution India is making to the overall climate emergency as such. So the Western world, the Europeans, to bring in basically the present lifestyle, whatever they had done, to a great extent, we are facing those consequences. But nevertheless, although we have not created this particular problem, but we want to be partner in resolving this particular problem. And that is what basically we've been all the time basically sensitizing people, both not necessarily only those belonging to the subject of environmental science and geology, but basically whatever inferences that we are drawn from our subject studies, that is we are trying to pass it on to the society at large scale, and trying to sensitize them about the deteriorating quality of this environment, and how do we bring it back, how do we actually carry out the restoration process. And that is what university is all about. University is actually meant for, first of all, studying the problem and then come out basically with the solutions for those various different problems as such. But I am so happy that when I was looking at the presentation that are made by both the groups, the PG, UG, as well as the school kids, it was so wonderful. Like, in fact, most of the time I have seen on the campus that we actually end up in studying the problem. Very rarely we come out with solutions to it. But through this presentation, I could understand that in fact the UG, PG student as well as basically the school kids are more intelligent than the scientists actually were sitting in the campus and doing the research about. And they have some very easy and very innovative approaches to resolve this with these various different issues as such. I'm actually, I must congratulate TCS for this very innovative sort of initiative in resolving this particular issue, which is not necessarily facing only, we are facing only in Pune city, but perhaps the entire the world or most of the larger cities are to a great extent engulfed by such problems as such. So whatever that we do today, a small sort of a initiative, small sort of a activity that we do is going to save this particular planet for the next few generations as well. And from that point of view, I think this particular Sustainathon to a great extent will come very handy. In fact, I was in the initial remark, it was said that the first leg was operated from Singapore and the Indian leg began from Pune. And Pune obviously is been considered to be the Oxford of the East. So a certain idea that get generated basically, Pune has always been a trendsetter. If we do something, obviously it gets followed both at national level, at regional level, and so on and so forth. So I'm so happy that some of the ideas were so excellent. In fact, it was a very difficult task for all the jury members to actually rate them. Every one of you actually have a very wonderful ideas and all that, but when it is a competition, you have to decide a slightly better one, obviously, as the winner, and the rest all as the runners up. But don't go on basically this kind of a selection that we had done. We had done actually. Every one of you actually have won this particular competition as such. Whatever little way that you have contributed through your ideas, through your projects, that's actually going to go a very long way in making this particular planet very livable as such. So I'm congratulating every one of you who all have wholeheartedly participated. Not only those who have made it to the finals. I'm pretty sure the number of students who participated in the entire competition, it was a very large number as such. But that speaks volumes about that, how equally you are sensitized about this particular problem, and that is the reason such a large number you could participate in this particular competition as such. So once again, I congratulate every one of you for coming forward, taking part in this particular competition. And this is not the end of it. Now, actually, we have to take it forward. The best of the ideas obviously needs to be made scalable. And from that point of view, university would welcome every one of you to come onto the campus. We have the SPPO Research Park Foundation, through which, in fact, we are promoting entrepreneurship, and the best of the ideas gets mentored further. We, in fact, provide some monetary support also, and then the partnership with the industry. So all those things are feasible. We have created this a kind of a ecosystem on the campus. So once again, I congratulate every one of you, and then I'm looking forward to receive you onto the campus of the University of Pune. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
And on that note, I want to bring in my co-anchor, Bridge, to take us through the rest of the proceedings with respect to the award ceremony. Bridge, the floor is yours.
First of all, thank you, Kritika. It's been lovely hosting this Sustainathon Pune Grand Finale with you, and it's a real honor to share this virtual stage with so many amazing people and youngsters. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the highly anticipated event of the day, and you guessed that right, that is the award ceremony. And why not? You know, the kind of efforts which everybody has put in, the participants have put in, they certainly deserve more than just an applause. Okay, it is not just the participating students, but it's the organizing committee, technical committee. We've relentlessly worked behind the scenes because we were not expecting such an overwhelming response. So the initial challenge was to get students to enroll here. Today we have 15 awards lined up for you. And then, of course, if you look at the whole journey of these 15 awards, it all started with 3,300 plus students who responded by registering, and then it tapered down to about 1724 students who formed the teams, and we got 741 teams. And then out of these 741 teams, 370 managed to submit their ideas and posters. And then this, of course, said 370 team was divided between schools and colleges. So we had 188 undergraduate and postgraduate teams, and another 182 school teams who participated. And by 20th September, all the submissions were in. And then round one, which was more than the initial screening, it had about 178 teams which moved to from round one to round two. And of course, the technical committee had to really go thoroughly with studying all these students. Each submission was looked at by 3 parallel experts, and the sub teams of the 3 parallel experts also came together and arrived at a consensus regarding which team should move to the third round. And in this process, there were 40 teams which qualified to move to the third round. And then the 40 teams were also helped with mentors from our side to give them some feedback and improvements for their second round. And this was a much more rigorous round. And then they also had a 3-member panel and a Q&A session. So finally, after a lot of deliberations, we have and a rationalization exercise with the 15-member technical committee. They narrowed down to the 6 undergraduate, postgraduate teams and the 4 school teams which you just saw today, and they've made it to the finale. These 10 teams were presented to the jury earlier this morning, and it was, I think, the toughest job for the jury to really decide who the winners are. You can review all their presentations on the IEEE YouTube channel. They've already been posted. And actually, also it was the Q&A which really decided who will go further and who will not. And it was actually, everybody here is a winner. I'd just like to say everybody here's a winner. But for the sake of the formality of this event, there will be some clear winners and some not. A special thanks to Mr. Jagdish Chaudhary, who has really been the Sutradhar, who has strung all of us together. So without further ado, I'd like to mention that everybody here is a winner. What you're going to see in the next slide, we are all aligning, all these are aligning in the race to meet the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. I'd like to now invite Mr. Anant Krishnan to come to stage, and console team, if you can get Mr. Anant Krishnan on the stage. All right, so let the awards begin. So our first award is in the category of the school category, and this is a jury special award which goes to the team Sumati Balwan, and they are the winner of this category. And they have won 10,000 rupees.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Anant. Moving on. So that's a picture of the beautiful plastic bottle chairs which this team has put together, and that's a great way of, without really reprocessing all these plastic bottles and just converting them into useful and very comfortable looking furniture. It looks super ergonomic to me. So thank you and many congratulations to Keshav, Manthan, Rohit, and Sumit. Moving on, our next award is the runner-up in the school category. Okay, and this runner-up goes to, in fact, I just want to say that, in the school category, we could not decide on a first runner-up, second runner-up, third runner-up, or anything like that. So everybody here is a runner-up, okay? So all the next few, they are all 3 runner-up. So I'd like to invite the RAIN SGS team. They are the runner-up for the poster category. Beautiful poster done by RAIN SGS team. Can we get the console? So that's Gargi, Sanya, and Sucheta. RAIN SGS team, can we get you online to say a few words if you'd like to? There you are. All right.
Wonderful.
If your mic is unmuted, you can say a few words if you'd like. All right. Okay, looks like the audio is not very good.
Good afternoon,
Ananta.
everyone. We are Team Rangers. We are really honored to be here and receive this award.
Okay, looks like the audio is not very good. Ananta. Okay, go ahead.
Can you
Sorry
hear
for the
us
interruption.
now?
Yes, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Team Ranges. We are really honored to be here and receive this award. First of all, I'd like to thank TCS for giving us this wonderful opportunity, and also thank the mentors for guiding us. We are really grateful for the recognition of our work.
We are delighted to have reached till the final round. On this occasion, We find it hard to put our feelings into words. The amount of hard work and time commitment towards this project is truly praiseworthy.
We are very thankful that you have given us a chance to work as a team and present our views. It was our pleasure to be a part of this challenge, and we are really glad that we were able to contribute in such a great cause. It was truly a great experience for us, and we are very pleased to know that we were able to make an impact. Thank you.
All right, thank you, team. And now we move on to the next runner-up in this category, which is Team Chains. So Team Chains again. So another 25,000 rupee check for Ishan, Niharika, and Shreyas. Let's have them on screen if we can to say a few words.
Hello all. First of all, we would like to thank the TCS and the other supporting organizations for providing us with this opportunity and letting us think this idea. We would also like to thank our parents and the panel mentors for helping us explore this idea further. Through this project, we learned many things. We gained information about the e-commerce packaging waste and also realized our social responsibility. Hope our idea works well for the society and we are successful in spreading awareness. Thank you.
Good luck.
All right, so before we go further, we have another special category award, which is the institute with the maximum participation. And I would like to, so thank you, Anant. And I'd like to invite Vandana Tai on stage for this one. All right. So the Institute for the Maximum Participation goes to Hutchings High School and Junior College. So we are giving them a certificate of appreciation and a check of 10,000 rupees. And here's an image of the lovely institute. Let's give them an applause. Moving on. So next, back to the another runner-up in the school category. I'd like to invite the Evergreens team. All right, so that's the Evergreens team. Would you like to say a few words? Or should we first put up their slide? Console team, should we put up their slide of their certificate for a moment and an applause?
Yes, sir. We are really overwhelmed with the gratitude to have been selected for securing the third runner-up prize. And thank you so much for being here to share in this occasion. We are so honored to have our work recognized in this way by TCS Sustainathon organization.
Many hours went into making this poster, and it means so much to us that the work we are so passionate about also resonates with others. We will continue to put in our idea in real time as well.
Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Thank you. And finally, moving on to the winner category of the school. And again, you can all see these, you can see all these presentations and posters on the IEEE Pune section YouTube channel. So moving on to finally the winner. Who is the winner? I guess you can all do the logical mathematics and calculate who that winner is. The winning school, winner team is the Prosperity team. Let's get the slide on the team and the team on board. So there it is, Nisha and Rahul, and we'd like to, you spoke really well in the Q&A and overall very good presentation. So let's get them online to say a few words.
Good afternoon to all from Team Prosperity, Rujul Mohite and Nisha Raj. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Sustainathon was that single step. It introduced us to a world completely different from our school world. A heartfelt gratitude to TCS for this very exciting challenge. We thank the esteemed judges of today and throughout the competition for recognizing our idea. We thank our TCS mentors, Mr. Naik, Mrs. Menon, for their valuable guidance. A sincere thanks to Sustainathon pillars, Pooja ma'am, Himanshu sir, and the entire team for their constant support, even through our power failures.
Yes, I remember one of your presentations you did. We were in the middle of a power failure. It was quite amazing. You used flashlights. So that's really great. Many, many congratulations, and let's give them another applause. Okay, now we are moving on to the UG and PG or undergraduate and postgraduate category, and I'd like to invite Mr. Deenanath Kolkar. Thank you, Yamvandana ma'am, on stage. Okay, console team, we've got Mr. Karmarkar on the feed right now. Dr. Karmarkar. Okay, so I'll continue then. Pooja, just want to confirm.
Yes, Bridge. So I guess, in this case, we can swap the awards. So Mr. Kalmarkar, he can present the awards on behalf of Deena, and we'll see if Deena is there, then he may continue, else Mr. Kalmarkar can present in the end.
All right. Okay. Sure. Okay, Dr. Karmakar, thank you for coming. And the next award is the first consolation prize. Sorry, not the first consolation prize. My apologies. It's the jury award for innovation. And the team is Swach Abhar. So a very special award here, which the jury decided. And in the next slide, you'll see Sanket and Tushar, who've created a beautiful human resources system which can collect waste and manage it effectively. Do deep dive into this slide in the recording to get to know more about this. It's a very interesting on how they optimize transport and clean environment and create a very positive domino effect. Next, we move on to the first winner.
Bridge, I'm sorry to interrupt. So Deena is back. Can we pin Deena's slide, please? And Dr.
Okay,
Kalmarkar
sure.
will come in the end, yes.
Thank you, Dr. Karmakar. And let's get Deena back. Perfect. Hi, Deena. All right. So the first award which we are giving out for the first consolation award in the undergraduate, postgraduate category goes to the team segregators. They are getting a check of 15,000 rupees. And let's have a slide with their pictures. So that's the slide is just coming up. It's Divya, Prateek, Tejas, and Vinaya. Many congratulations to all of you. Thank you for a great job and very well tried. The second constellation in the same UG-PG category, I'd like to invite the team Financial Freedom. And let's have the slide with Abhay and Nivell on it.
Congratulations.
So very well presented, very well articulated ideas. Again, it's the question answers which also sort of punch holes in any presentation and really see where's the opportunity for improvement. Next, there's a special category award, which is the IEEE student branch, which had the maximum participation. And for this, the winner, I'd like to invite Miss Rajashri on stage. Thank you, Deena.
Hello.
Hello, Rajashri. So this award for the IEEE branch, which had the maximum participation, is the Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering, for which they're getting a check of 10,000 rupees.
Congratulations.
And let's see a slide with the photo of this beautiful institute. There it is, the PCCE College, as it's popularly known in Pune. Next, let's move ahead in this category. So the third constellation, everybody here is a winner. In fact, this morning we were also seeing if there's a better word you can use for constellation, and we had a few ideas, but it was inconclusive. So again, I'd like to say that everybody here is a winner in their own way. It's all about really what ease of implementation and what maturity that idea has reached to. So the winner for the third constellation team is Team Eco. And with a check of 15,000 rupees for them, let's have their photographs. So this was an all-girls team, very nicely presented by Apurva, Gayatri, Sakshi and Siddhi. They have a beautiful video which they made on the app, which they had, very nice, very professionally done. I make a lot of videos at work and I was like, wow, these girls have done such a professional job. So many congratulations to all of you. Keep up the good work. Moving on. The second runner-up award for the UG-PG category goes to Team Eco Pact. So that's 35,000 rupees check going towards them, and let's have the pictures of the team and let's have a few words from them.
Hello everyone, we the team of EcoPack congratulate everyone who was involved in this amazing journey of TCS Sustainathon 2021. But I would also like to mention, this is just the beginning of this prospective journey where these ideas we articulated can be actually executed and be of use to the society. We have this sensational opportunity to bring a revolution in the waste management industry. And that is what we intend to do with our project Void. As a former president, late APJ Abdul Kalam ji emphasized in his book Beyond 2020, we have to go hand in hand with the government in order to create a system such that sustainable development is promoted by all means. It's the young generation that holds the future of this country, and it's time we bring our focus towards sustainable development. I would also like to thank the team of TCS and everyone associated to create such a wonderful platform. I would like to conclude by saying, waste is not a liability that we have to get rid of. It is an asset, a resource that holds the potential to become a useful product. Thank you.
You guys did very well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now, of course, to keep the suspense going a little bit more, we have one more special jury award for innovation, for which I'd like to call Dr. Nitin Karmarkar on stage.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajashri. Okay, Dr. Karmakar, welcome back. So we have a winner in a jury award for innovation. This is Team Enigma. And let's put up the slide which shows this team members here.
Congratulations.
So Abha, Khushi, Prem and Saili, many congratulations. The Team Enigma has actually very carefully come up with a very nice project on how wastes from religious places can be collected and put to better use, recycling religious waste and using organic substances. So very, very beautifully thought out idea. Many congratulations to this team.
Thank you, sir.
Now we move on to the first runner-up in the undergraduate, postgraduate category. Any guesses on who that is, those of you who've seen the presentation? The team who gets the first runner-up is Team Swap Cycle. And they have been they've been awarded a check of 75,000 rupees, which I'm sure they'll put to great use here. I'd like to invite Rutvik and Sahil to come on stage and say a few words.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, one and all present here. Heartily congratulations to all the finalists. First of all, I would like to thank all the jury members, the members of TCS organization and all the mentors for considering our team as the finalist for TCS Sustainathon 2021. It is hard to put this feeling into words. It is huge honor for our team to receive this award for being the finalist of the event. We are earnestly grateful for the recognition we have received for our work. Our aim is to reduce the plastic pollution to a great extent and make this world a better place to live in. And we will be continuously working on this project till we get succeed. We are glad that we got an opportunity to present our idea in front of such a respectable organization. We would also look forward to work with TCS Sustainathon in future to implement our idea in real world. We will make sure that we make most out of this opportunity and funds to implement our idea in the most effective way. There's one quote of Shirley MacLaine that God bless that potential that we all have for making anything possible if we think we deserve it, and we deserve it. On this note, I would like to thank everyone present here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Many congratulations to you guys. And
thank you.
Thank you so much.
And wishing you all the best. So now we finally have made our way to the last and final award for today from the UG/PG category, the winner. The most detailed presentation which we saw, which had implementation, which had pilot testing. It was a very, very deep presentation, which was really impressed the jury and really stood out. And for this, I would like to invite the winners. Team Recovery 2021. So that's a 1 lakh rupee check for the team here, and I'd like to invite the winners on stage. Please come and say a few words. Nishant and Shubham, many congratulations. Very well researched project, very deep analysis and work. Please say a few words.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
On the behalf of Anantara Power College of Engineering and Research, Parvati, Pune, and thank you to all the jury members, Vice Chancellor of Savitribai Phule Pune University, Nitin Karmalkar sir, Vandana Tai Chavan madam, Member of Parliament, Technical Officer of Chief Technical Officer Anand Krishnan sir, Chief Marketing Officer Rajeshri ma'am, Team Sustainathon, all the TCS members, Adar Punawalaji, Swachh NGO, the Pune Knowledge Cluster, IE, to giving us this huge platform to present our project. So thank you so much, sir. Also, I'm going to giving thank you that all the judges, mentors, to Jagdish sir, Rita Mehershi madam, Priyadarshini Karve madam, to giving all the valuable mentorship. Also, I am very thankful to our Anantara Power College of Engineering and Research Principal, Dr. S.B. Thakre sir, and our guide mentor, Sagar Gawande sir, and all the people who are directly and indirectly help us during the execution. Thank you all of you and the best of all the best for all the teams for the future. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Nishant. Shubham, would you also like to say a few words?
Yes, sir. With your permission, can I?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Just
this
come a little bit
competition
closer to the mic if you can, Shubham. There's a bit of
Yes,
an
sir.
echo from your side.
Sure, sir. This competition is about sustainability of waste management, and today the sustainable waste management also need to be sustainable. For example, we extract the mercury from the bulbs, and for that we use the electricity. And in India, most of the electricity is made from the coal burning. So we are creating another source of pollution. So we have to stop that. So I'm repeating that we have need sustainable waste solutions. We are also sustainable. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Many congratulations. And dear audience, please go to the IEEE Pune section and see their presentation. It's really a very fantastic deep dive work which they've done. And thank you so much, Dr. Karmarkar. It was a real pleasure having you here and hosting it from your college. Now, I'd like to, for the thank you speech, I'd like to invite Mr. Deenanath Kolkar, the man who has inspired all of us to actually organize the TCS Pune Sustainathon. Deena, if we can have you here, wonderful.
Thank you, Bridge, and what a wonderful way to conclude this TCS Sustainathon Pune 2021. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all of you who have participated, and especially the winners. And I'm very excited with the prospect of you guys implementing many of those ideas. I would also like to thank the student representatives of IEEE student branch who pushed me to get Sustainathon into Pune, and it was their request that got me, to talk to Anant and Girish to move, get the first Sustainathon in India. I'd like to thank the jury members. Thank you for spending your valuable time all through the last few hours. It's been an amazing journey, and you have played a very crucial role in helping us decide on the winners. I'd like to thank the strategic partners, PIC, PKC, and IEEE Pune section, the challenge partners, PMC, APCCI, and Swachh. I'd like to thank Dr. Mashelkar. I'd like to thank Dr. Kelkar and Professor Amitav Malik because they have been the source of inspiration for the entire work that has been done on the entire Pune 2030 roadmap for the carbon emissions program that we are driving. I'd also like to thank the Honorable Environment Minister of Government of Maharashtra, the Mayor of Pune, PMC Commissioner, Additional Commissioner, as well as the Education Commissioner, the TCS team from Singapore who actually helped us, the Digital Garage and the ION team which has supported the entire platform for running the Sustainathon. All the members of the steering committee who right from the day one have been very supportive. The technical committee who probably spent the largest amount of time in helping through the evaluations and also coaching and mentoring all the participants, and the organizing committee which has been absolutely amazing. Thank to the Oxygen team for organizing this particular finale event and getting all the efforts through all the hurdles that we have gone through. Shirish, who has been our partner, the Hatke platform, and he's been very patient in going through the entire routine of capturing sound bites, doing interviews, along with many of the notable experts in this field. Sanjeevnita Zoglekar and from Vishwa Kalyan and Satyajit, who have helped us with the logistics and getting a lot of coordination done for this finale and all through the participation and other activities. Many of my colleagues from IEEE Pune section, especially our chairperson Girish Khilari and the others who have been very actively involved in getting the students to participate. And finally, our corporate and ANI marketing team from TCS who have anchored a lot of these efforts in the entire journey. So again, thank you all. And this is, as I said, We are just commenced the journey, and we will look forward to being the partner to Pune's 2030 goal of being carbon neutral. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words, Deena. And with that, we come to a wrap on this very, very special show from my co-host Bridge and me. It's a goodbye, and thanks to everyone.
A big thanks to everyone, our participants, sponsors, juries, committees, organizing teams, technical teams, and of course the participants and a lovely audience. Thank you so much for joining. It's a wrap from our side.